Well, howdy there. Another little video. I'm working on my Stepvan. I am planning on putting in this brake cable for my e-brake, and it's the lever right there. Doesn't work. I jury-rigged something to make it work for a little while. It was just a temporary fix, and I had to find this particular one, and I'm hoping this is it. The one I had, the spring goes down inside there. I needed this with the end piece so the spring wouldn't sink inside there. Once it goes through the plate on the back and it grabs the e-brake shoe, which makes the rest of the e-brake work. And the e-brake for this vehicle is actually underneath here. Let me show you this real quick. Right there. You can see that. Get my camera to hold still here without falling over. I can't do it. Let me grab a flashlight with my other hand. Okay. Right there. That's what we're working on. And so before I can really get into this, I need to undo the carrier bearing right here. I don't know if I can see this very well on the camera. Carrier bearing, support it, and then undo the 4 bolts right there. I don't really need to undo the U-joint. Actually, I probably do. I want to get the U-joint off there, and then we can go ahead and undo the plate, the drum itself, and the e-brake. I'll just dish it through. I'll see what I can record. But anyways, I've got a new creeper here. We'll see how this goes. This is the Amazon special. I've seen they're like a dime a dozen. You get them different colors, better wheels. What my other one was. The other one's over there. Let me show you this. This is it's supposed to be like a multi-purpose. You can sit on it, or use it as a creeper. But man, the wheels are junk. They just fell apart on me. And I mean, I used it quite a bit, but it shouldn't have wore out like that. I mean, I can replace the wheels. They're threaded in, but it's junk. It's served its purpose. It's time to let her go. So I'm going to toss that, and when I'm done with this, I never really sat on it as a seat per se. All right, so let me go ahead and get a few things done, and then I'll go ahead and turn the camera back on. I'll be right back. Okay, there's where we're at. I'm gonna run the socket in here, pull this out. Actually, these caps were loose on my drive shaft U-joint, so that's something I'm gonna have to Loctite. I'm gonna put it back together. I need to check the other end too. I've had it apart multiple times. Keep removing the parts here. Move this out of the way. There shouldn't be any oil in here, but it's possible it can be. First not. Oh, come with that rag. Yeah. Should have done this before I got too far in there. That's alright. Not oil. There's that mark on 6 too, pretty expensive stuff. Yeah, well, I got it contained. That further up here. Ugh. Alright. So here's where I'm at. I need to get this out. This clip here never held. The cable should work. So let me see. We're back. keep from going out. But normally you kind of want that. Not on this particular occasion. So I had to cut the end piece off because they didn't make it for this. It was the only thing GM could offer, and that's what they suggested. You just modify the end of it. It wasn't the right thing, but all I had to work with at the time to get to pass inspection. And it worked. The brake would work. But alright, so let me find the new one here. Hopefully this goes in, so that's the way it's supposed to be right there. So let me slide that in. Alrighty. I think it's kind of too long. Let's see here. Kind of seems like it's a little too long. It doesn't always go this hard. Okay. No, this is gonna be okay. Alright, that's in. Yeah, making it work. Making it really work. So let's come over here and take a look. So that's a spline part I fought on the last one. Those a little splines stay on the outside, which they are. It sits inside there. Need to make sure my brake shoes are repositioned correctly before I try to put everything back together. You see right there, it's fell out. I'll fix it right now. You see. Let me get a flashlight, take a better look at it. Thinks it's good. Seal don't look too bad. It wasn't leaking before. That should work, I believe. Once you pull that should work. It's just how you adjust it. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this mess up. Give me a second here. Part of it's on a hill, so all the transmission fluid's kind of towards the rear here. Just give it a brake clean. Don't really want to spray it into the transmission. Right here. Keep it out of this part. Make sure there's no oil on my shoes. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. So let me go get some. I got some transmission transgel lube. Let me put it on here. Assembly goo, lube guard for transmission, assembly lube, and just put it on this part here. So if I can figure out where the opening is, won't take much. It just goes on this piece here. Hang it up with this. Clean spot on my rag there. Okay. Don't need much, just enough to clean her. Okay. Alrighty. Keeping my hands a little clean. Let me make sure before I get too far into this, make sure my splines are good. Looks good. That's good. Okay. Ugh. Alright, so let's get this back together here. Okay. Kind of big. Let me remember how this went. Pretty sure it's right around here. There we go. Jeez, these gloves are junk. Alright, so I'm going to put some Loctite on this fasteners here. I'll grab some Loctite. Here, man. I'm going to use this Loctite 268. Let me see what my camera is looking at. This is, let's see, this is high strength. And we'll wipe that off first. Oh man, this paper moves around a lot. Now, it's high strength, but not permanent strength. Let me hit my impact here. Good. Alright, shouldn't be any more leaks now. It was the seal. It was holding it. Let me get this oil out of the way. Oily rag. Put this over here. The socket goes up there. Now I gotta rinse my driveway out. Okay. I don't like oil drips in my driveway because I like to know when and if it's leaking, other than a controlled leak like I just did, but controlled. Okay, so let me slip over here. See about this side of things. So everything got moved. I'm gonna have to figure out what I did here. So that end's done. In fact, I could probably just put the drive shaft back on real quick. Be done with it. And Loctite these things. In fact, I'm going to put some Loctite on them right now. I'll go ahead and move it right there. Yeah. I was kind of surprised those were kind of loose the way they were. That's a no-no. I had to have a inland truck. It's here in the Kansas City area. Had to have them modify my drive shaft. It's been modified twice now. I think it's twice. For run length. I'm just going to tighten this up. Try to stay out of the camera here. I just need it snug enough to where it'll slip in there. I don't need it too tight yet. I do probably need to get some super lube. I'll check it here in a second. I just need to move this over here. Maybe you can see what's going on, maybe not, I don't know. It's hard to tell what you're looking at. Alright, so this cap fell off. Needle bearings got moved in there, so let me set this back up. I'm gonna have to edit this part out because I need to get my needle bearings set. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry. My needle bearings fell out, so gotta get them right. Put it back together here. Slide that on. Make sure you don't move anything else while you're at it. There we go. Alright. So, let me see where we're at with the camera here. This normally isn't this complicated. I made it complicated. Alright. Stuff it back in. The other cap nut. There it is. Yeah. Nice to have a lift, but even this is a kind of a Stepvan type vehicle. Wouldn't be easy to put up a lift either. I gotta let it draw itself in. Okay. I'll check it multiple times as I'm driving just to make sure. Now I know they could let themselves loose. The back end was a whole lot harder to do, but I will double check it. Here. So I'm done with this. Okay, those are tight. Alright, so this is good. It's centered like it's supposed to be. It's good on that. Now, we're on the other end of this. This is where it's going to get interesting again. So basically, like that. I need to tie into this in my brake cable here. And so I have to loosen some stuff up along here, get them mounted. I think this will be part of my hair too. Sorry, I'm moving the camera around, just trying to get a better shot. So this here, I'll have to move that sheet down to where it's closer to this stud here. Very good shot of this. So the stud. That piece up there, and I'll take this piece here off that I need to be there. So let me, I'm going to take this off camera because it's hard to get in here and get a good shot. But I'll show you when I'm done. Alrighty, I'm back. I got the rest of this emergency brake put in. Let's take a look. See what I did. Alright, so I got the carrier bearing back on. Got these caps back on my drive shaft. Everything is as it's supposed to be. No drips. And here's what I wound up having to do. don't know if I can get in here and get a good look at it. In order to get this to where I had the ability to put tension on it, I use unistrut. Mounted it there, and it doesn't matter this piece here if it comes loose or not. I mean, it helps keep the cable path more straight towards the end there. So it's not really going to matter. I just mostly need the brackets. See if I can get here. This one here be a certain distance from that other one over there. See if I can do this. Look. So yeah, so this one here is to mount to the solid of the vehicle, and then the bracket here is going to the cable for the brake, and that goes on the back there, as you can see. So that's what it looks like. Hard to get a good shot of this, and that's how I did it. So let me see, maybe that's a better look. And that middle piece right here, that's your adjustment right there. Say you adjust it. You get it to where you want. I had to pull the cable out by hand as far as I could. It's probably rubbing on the drum, and it'll wear itself down a little bit. But then once you connect the nut here to that threaded spindle on the other end, you need to drive that jam nut to it once you get tight. So I'd run it on there until I could feel it kind of give me a lot more resistance, and I went a little bit past that just so it's like I said, it's going to probably rub a little bit until it breaks itself in. And then like I said, I used unistrut nuts to hold this onto the unistrut. Mounted right here, just kind of keep it from flopping around. But that's where I'm at. Now I got to work on emergency brake, and I don't. This transmission did not come with this vehicle. It's a 4L80E, and let me turn my light. And so I had a different situation. It should have been bolts up here. Let me turn this light around here. Should have been some bolts right up in here, bracket. With the junkyard where I bought this, I knew the transmission was good. Brackets right there and there, in the back there. There's bolt holes. The bolts that should go to a bracket. But it's a solid. I mean, it's not moving any, and it's all I needed. Everything else is good. We'll see these wires here. I don't need those for anything. Those don't go to my controller. My controller's a separate deal. So that's it. Success. I'll show you. Come in here. Take a look. I'll show you the pull on it. So that's tight. That's what you want. You want it where you take it out of gear, which I'll do right now, and it doesn't move. Didn't move an inch, not a bit. So perfect. That's exactly how you want it. So now I got emergency brake, and the vehicle just moved. Okay, that was because I turned it off and I had it out of gear. So there we go. I'm good. Alrighty. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna add this video. This is being taken on my iPhone. I'm gonna add it to my GoPro videos. Now I want to say also there's with the GoPro, for some reason I kept hearing a tapping on the microphone. I don't know what that was all about. I'm gonna see if I can edit it out a little bit, but if you've watched this far into this, then you'll know what happened. So there's a weird tap, almost like a bird pecking at the microphone, but there wasn't, of course. And I don't know what it was, and sometimes when I was talking I couldn't hear, and I'm gonna have to edit some stuff out because I had to get out from underneath the vehicle and run around and do some stuff. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.